It's week 17 of the NFL, and all eyes are on Jamar Chase. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Cowboys and the Eagles, and it's all up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. This Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Hi, guys.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Cowboys now ready to get the offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 20.
Big game, guys. This is for first place right here. We all tied. Let's go.
That's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl.
We can change who we play in the playoffs right off the bat.
But they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led him to victory. He's doing all the right things.
They'll start with Davis Price on the ground. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 131 yards, and also the score.
And they've already clinched the playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
Now Lance. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Devin Wade defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down. And that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
Guys, what was that?
Certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Lance now to throw. They'll set up the screen for Davis Price.
I'm taking my 4th and 4. Need to get busy, guys. Come on.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the first down.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over.
Lance, what kind of throw was that?
Forces a turnover on downs. Out come the Eagles for the first time, and the man in charge at quarterback in his 5th year now, Jalen Hurts.
That was terrible, Lance.
Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. That's complete. It's Okuagbon. To give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it's 2nd down. Well, these two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in week 10. And it was the Eagles who got the win on the road. So now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly. And he knocks the ball away that falls incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I'm able to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because
come on, guys.
4 times through interceptions. Do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
14 yards there, and an Eagle first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of the best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Guys, where you at? Nobody around them.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down here about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support. And I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers working on routes.
Picked off. Oh, you got to catch that. Come on, guy. That's a pick 6.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
They'll run with Barkley. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year.
Come on, guys. That was a blitz and nothing hit it.
6 points. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first.
Got to pick that ball off.
Short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of
Parson.
the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. the touchdown. Here's Elliott to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. You can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down. Respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more bonus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
From the 38 now, his second and a couple. Throwing now is Lance. Short pass pulled in by Washington. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Cowboys at 11-4 now on the year. They have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Give them 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Davis Price once more. Jalen Carter in on that tackle. You look at this Eagle defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
Defeating the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
Ball in the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Lance. That's complete. It's Collins. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We've seen quite a bit of a short passing game here in the first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top and take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now Lance again, and that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to draw that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through.
And he hit my kicker.
Here's a penalty marker on the field.
That's a first down.
This is about. So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. left in this game.
Roughing the kicker call on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. Lance looks to throw again. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short game.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. To throw, it's Lance. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Good job, big boy.
Darnell Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
All right, defense, let's go.
So that one a long 11-play drive.
We belong here. Let's go.
For the Cowboys touchdown. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
We belong here. Let's go.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming up touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays. They also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
The end result, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Hurts. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out. So appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Big sack. There you go.
Anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Keep the outside contained. Where you go, Queen? Tell him something, Queen.
4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the 1 here, the 12-yard line. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Part is not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win, and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
Take it to the 2nd, guys. Take it to the 2nd.
These two teams all tied after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. this place up the middle. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The Lance going to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
How they got to jump in front of that guy? That's some cheap shit right
Looked
there.
like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's now harmlessly to the turf.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Lance.
Oh, you got to catch that.
Incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play.
Here's Lance to throw it. Working the middle of the field, and he's got
Way to go up and get it, big boy.
And he will have the Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On play action, Lance. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a bit shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Give to Davis-Price up the middle here.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Davis-Price will try to pick it up.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Another touch for Davis-Price. He'll take this to the 46.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And now they'll throw with Lance. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here.
Going for it, here's Davis-Price.
Big run, big run, big run.
Gives him the first before he's brought down.
Big run.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Lance looking to throw it. Got a man. It's Collins complete.
95 catches for him now on the year. It's a first down.
Here's a give to Davis-Price.
And he stopped immediately there. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now play fake. Lance.
Buying time to his left. And with a hit as he releases it. And now thrown incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to work with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On third down, they'll drop the throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up.
Oh,
Not what you want to see this late in the season. The medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw. Lance. That's complete. Right around the 8. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Davis Price is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on second down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
They'll try and run for it with Davis Price. That is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Look at cute.
Ty Davis Price taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Aubrey now for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Ty Davis Price. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up. Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down. The tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. 2nd and 6. Back to throw again.
Picked off.
Intercepted. Picked up by
job.
And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from these defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a carry by Davis Price. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
But not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start drawing 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. 2nd down, and again it's Davis Price. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. In his own end zone, it's Lance. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing is Hurts. And they're going to be sacked down on the 15-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now on 1st down, he'll drop the throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. That is incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
chase the motion man right. Now they show jet sweep it instead, or run up the middle here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where you see the final score there. Daniel Jones, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Next, we'll head east. It's on to Cincinnati as we check in on the Bengals at home at Big Horse Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Joe Burrow leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. Kirk Cousins leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
Osa Odighizuwa able to get him for a loss of about 3. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Good job, guys.
He's taken down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Jalen Carter working his way back behind the line of scrimmage and dropping it for a loss.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Lance. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
The coach is always harped on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. How about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here's 3rd and 3. Lance now to throw. And he'll get it right back to Washington. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Here's Lance. Got a man open. It's Chase. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. To throw, it's Lance. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Lance. Open man is Chase, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. First down, at least it appears that way, and he got it by maybe the length of a football.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Chase the motion man right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Terrell Bernard is in on the tackle.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Davis Price. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Here's 3rd and 7. They fake the handoff. Now Lance got his tight end. That's complete. It's
good job.
Well, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Lance. And he's got it. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Chase the motion man right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. This one, they need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not,
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw in that play with a loss. Lance now on 3rd and goal. Dancing to his left. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
So on 4th down, out is Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. And this one is right through. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they're able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And this is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Hurts.
Good sack.
He will go down. A Cowboys sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They'll drop the throw. Man open left side is
Good job, guys.
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's taken on the 25. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure, you might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped him for no gain.
Come on, we need to get a field goal there. Something.
And is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. A 40-yard punt, giving 3 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees your spot in the playoffs. But still, a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system. But still, a nice spot to be in.
And nothing but great grass here in the middle of the field.
That is unbelievable.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, 79 yards. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game.
That is some bullshit.
Brandon, you and I have caught a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays, here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw. That was a long touchdown to the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
Listen, tournaments in vogue in the NFL, eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
God, y'all been playing good all day. What was that?
But this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. A dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Here's Lance to throw it. He's got it complete to Tolbert. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Price on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Lance going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Get this early to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Lance to throw for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And
It was wide open.
the Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We'll see if they can grab the lead. Either way, what a job their defense did to force the turnover on downs to set up this opportunity. This one goes out right for Barkley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up second down. They go play action with Hurts. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Mozzie Smith in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
He's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Things started a little slow for him as a runner, but he has really found a different gear here in this second half. He's been more aggressive, challenging the defense when he sees an opportunity, and now he has a 100-yard game to show for it.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Mozzie Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The kick by Elliott is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Lance looking to throw it. And a short pass pulled in by Washington. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw. Lance will complete this one to Collins. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw again. Another one caught by Collins. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Lance looks to throw again. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Davis Price gets this one out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ty Davis Price with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The Cowboys have taken a 4th quarter lead. Well, this has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it, we've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. That time a 6-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Ty Davis Price. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Throwing is Hurts. It's caught. Smith. And they get him down the line before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in a huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens.
Good sack. That's huge right there, guys.
What a huge play at this point in the game. Aiden Hutchinson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
A big play looming on 3rd down. He looked to throw. Steps away to his left. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. You need your best play here, no doubt. 4th down and 8. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's
Good job, guys.
They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
We'll take over first place now. Good job.
To go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. We'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here now at 3rd down and 8. They'll give this to Davis Price running right. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Hurts and the Eagles now. Down 24-20, 47 seconds remaining. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
He's back to throw. We'll get this out to Barkley complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 49. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Back to throw. From the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions.
Hey, guys, good job.
Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? Yeah, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for the Cowboys, they improved their mark to 12-4 with 1 game to go. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Philly.
He'd be out for 4 weeks. Oh, that hurt right there. God damn it. He took the offer. Yeah, I don't know. I know Brian said he ran them all except for two of them.
Okay, so they're good then.
Well, two of them, because I don't know the state, so I got to figure out which two it
So
was.
you need
Hold on.
Grisella,
Hold on.
Elizabeth, Cardona.
Hold on. Right, calm down. Hero.
I'm sorry. And it's three of them, not two of them.
No, Brian said it was two of them. Hold on, though. Let me go to my sent file.
And then do you want me to just type it out and send it to you and let you be the sponsor, or you want me to just fill everything out and put it at the gate? Because I need to know what the event is to put on the thing so that they'll know what to ask for at the gate.
Yeah, the title should be on top of it, ain't it? Hold on, just let me open up the email. Hold on a second.
Yes, please. You make it so difficult for me. Well, the title may be the DHA National Disaster.
Yeah, that's it. They're coming down to set up a tent.
Okay, so it should be ND National Disaster Medical System. ND.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what it should be. And the 11, we don't know what time, so you got to find out what time.
Just put 06.
06.
Okay, now which one didn't have a state?
Okay, so you got Grisella, Isabel Cardona.
Yeah, got that one. And what's the other one?
Her birthday is 2001. Okay, so she's a young girl.
But she need a state though, you saying?
She don't have a state up there. How she be 2001? That's really young, ain't it?
No, she's 24 years old.
She's young.
She getting old enough. She can have a college degree by now. Shit.
Yeah. You have John Eric Mays, M-A-E-Z. Is in 66.
All right.
He don't have a state. And then you have Cynthia Lee Main Street.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me call you back. Yeah. Let me call and try to get the state for those three.
Well, yeah, give me those, and then I need to get with Brian so that when I type this up or I see how he's done it, do we need so we can put it out at the gate, or that he's already done it? I type it up, then I send it over there, then he gets it, approves it, so that it can go to the gate and they can come in. Because this is more than 11. We shouldn't have to do passes for each of these people because it's 11.
No, yeah, just to get at the gate. That'll be fine. And I'll have somebody meet them at the gate too.
And you need to talk to those with their military IDs and make sure that they're really military IDs or an ID that they can get in. Otherwise, they're going to have to be sponsored, and then I'm going to have to work hard because now they're going to come and I'm going to have to get them a pass.
All right. Okay? I'll call you back.
All right. Thank you.
Hello, this is Peter.
Hey, Peter, this is James at Bamsey. How you doing?
I'm well, Mr. Hobson. How are you doing?
All right. It's on your list. I got everybody vetted except for 3 people because I couldn't find them, and I don't know their states, so it's making it difficult, and they kind of got a common last name. So is it possible to find their states?
Give me 1 second to pull up the roster here.
And I assume the other ones got their military ID card, the Colonel, David Queen, because you didn't give nothing for those, so I'm assuming they got their DOD ID card or their military ID card.
That is correct,
okay.
Yes.
So they good to go there.
Okay.
How many days are y'all going to be here?
It's just going to be that one day on the 11th.
Okay.
Why is this not open?
So on that day, we're going to discuss what we're going to block off and all the other good stuff, right?
Exactly, yeah. I think in the morning it's time for your leadership to talk to Colonel Bullock and just kind of, introduce the project, give him an opportunity to talk about it. We'll kind of brief everybody on what we're doing, and then in the heat of the afternoon, I was like, why are we doing that in the morning? But no, in the afternoon, then we're going to go outside and walk the parking lot and just measure everything and make sure there's going to be no surprises.
Okay, and then you guys did approve us getting the fence to put around it, right?
Yeah, we looked at the budget, and I think the estimate y'all sent over was like $7,500.
Right, and that's for the whole duration that you hear, so that should be good. And then plus, I also have, if we need to block entrances and stuff like that, I got cement bollards also. I can just get my forklift and move those too, so we can make it completely safe as well with the fence and the bollards. So I think we're good there.
And I appreciate that you guys thought that through and sent that estimate over, because in retrospect, we probably should have incorporated that in the estimate to begin with.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. We have a lot of interesting people that like to be nosy, and we have a lot of patients like to be nosy, and we have a lot of outsiders that just come through, and when they park to visit their loved ones or whatever, they see stuff, they just walk through it. So I didn't want nobody.
Like, oh, this is an interesting demonstration. What's going on over here?
Yeah, there you go. And then or one of them fall in there, and we don't know they in there, and then so it's best just to do. If it's blocked, I mean, I'm gonna tell you from experience. We have a lot of construction around Bamsey, right? And we've had a lot of elderly people fall, knock all their teeth out. Some got lost because we didn't properly block the areas off like they should be with the contractors, right? So I had to just get involved and start getting my barricades and stuff and make sure they got the fences together to make sure we got it right so they can stay out these areas. So that's all I'm saying. They just get nosy, man.
I totally get it.
I didn't believe it myself till we started seeing it and people coming in filing claims and we watch them fall on cameras and stuff. And I said, oh shoot.
Yeah, well, can you imagine? Like, DHA was testing a medical solution and caused a trip hazard for some old vet.
Yeah.
So I can see the headline. We'd like to avoid that. So, all right, I pull up the roster, and you said there were 3 folks.
Yeah, so like Cardona, I didn't have a state.
Okay, so I just pinged her. She's on my team on the Lloyd side, and it's Virginia for her.
So Virginia for
Cardona.
Cardona is Virginia. Okay, got it.
Cynthia Lee Mindtree.
Yeah.
I'm 99% sure she's Virginia, but she's also my team. So let me just ping her on Teams right now.
Okay.
There's one gentleman who looks like did not provide, and he's on one of the other teams, so it might have to take me a second.
Yeah, that would be Eric Mays.
Yep. On your DL from VA. Let's see. So Eric Mays. Yeah, so this guy, I could probably tell you what he is, because I think, let me just see where he looks like he lives in his email signature. Well, that's not super helpful. Okay, so for Cynthia Mindtree, I can confirm that the driver's license is Virginia, other VA.
Okay. And Cardona, we said Virginia for sure, so we're just waiting on.
Yep, so it's Virginia for those 2. And then for John Eric Maez, this one, I'm just going to see where I got his information from.
Yeah, because he'll be a number short for being Virginia, so he's not Virginia for sure.
Yeah.
He may be California, not 100% for sure, though.
So it's either California or it's Oregon, because they operate out of Portland, so that's the only thing. Do you want me to email them and just ask?
I'll try running both California and Oregon. If they don't work, I'll call you back.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Hobson.
All right, so Cardona and Mantry are both Virginia.
Is that VI?
VA.
VA?
Yeah, VA is Virginia, yeah. And then
Cardona.
yeah. And then Mays is two places. We think it's California, but it could be Oregon. So try California first.
And who's the other? What was the other one?
The guy Mays, Maez. And so try California or Oregon. Oregon it should be OR.
Okay.
But the other two for sure is Virginia. The other two is.
Okay, so Brian, you'll look them up, and then we'll take them.
And the ones that don't have no driver license, they got their military ID.
Okay.
And they're only gonna be here for one day.
And it's at 6 a.m. And so when you tell them, is somebody gonna reach out to them and let them know to when they come to the gate, say that they are
DHA National Disaster Medical Team. That's good enough.
That's what it has to say, and
okay.
So it should be that National Disaster Medical Team.
Yeah.
NDMA.
And they're here to see Hobson. That should be good.
Okay, for Hobson. Okay,
yeah.
I'll put that on the HOB. HOBSO.
And I'll let them know.
So I'm gonna get this straight, and we'll fix it, and I'll give you heads up, and I'll send the thing to you when I send it to Brian, and then you'll know that it's been sent, and then I'll tell you. I'll let you know thumbs up because it's gonna be done right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and work on it today.
All right. Okay. I'll give you the other two. So two is Virginia, and then the other one is California or Oregon, which is Mays.
Okay. Yeah, it was just 1, 2. Yeah, it was just those three.
Yeah.
Now, are you gonna work to try to get Roberts back?
I don't know. Probably a dead deal right now. We're working on it. He shouldn't have quit.
Mr. Hobson, you know what? I hate to say it, but you're always right about that kind of shit. Always. But at least he didn't do it on bad terms, because at least
I know, but what I'm saying is, I like Roberts to death. Don't get me wrong, but I told Dummy, I say, Dummy, call Maria and just fucking kiss her ass so she can transfer you. Sometimes you just gotta swallow your damn pride.
Yeah.
So he called me today. Well, man, you better get me back. I said, well, I'm trying, Roberts, but you know, when you get out of the system, it ain't as easy as it is when your ass already in the system. I told you.
All you gotta do is just call her. Why don't you just call her?
Well, it's too late to call now. He already resigned. He should have called her when I told him to. When we got that party and they were there together, he should have just gave her a hug and said, look, Maria, I'm sorry it didn't work out. Please transfer me back. Only thing you do, sometimes saying please go a long way. Sometimes they go a long way. Everybody may say, hey, you know what? I did it wrong. I'm sorry. But can you transfer me back? You know, I was already anyway. I tried with you and it ain't working out. And you don't need to. We don't need to have a losing gun to transfer you back. You get the spot back. Yeah. That's all you do. All she wanted was him to call her and talk to her. And she said, I'll change my mind if you call me. That's what she said. And I told him that. He said, I'm not calling. So he got pride and she got pride. So her pride weakened